Today, let's pack everything we need and want to put in our toiletry bag so that we can just take a carry-on suitcase for our next trip. I'm Andrea with A Glimpse of Good Travels, and I am, throughout my family, known as the overpacking mom. I also have only traveled in a carry-on suitcase and a personal item bag for over the last 30 years of our travel days. So I've learned a few tricks on how I pack my toiletry bag. How I've been able to do this for so long so that I can pack my extra pair of shoes every trip. So today I'm going to share the 4 ways that I use so that I, 1, meet the 311 rule to get through airport security with my carry-on bag. 2, how I make my travel essentials all packable but bring exactly what I need. 3, how I save space in my toiletry bag. And 4, my repack before I pack trick. Okay, so the first one is the 311 rule, which has been around for a while, and I've been looking up since we no longer have to take our shoes off going through security. I was kind of curious if maybe we would get rid of the liquids, gels, and paste rule. But it doesn't look like that's going to happen anytime soon. Not all the airports are going to be online with the new CT scanners that give the three-dimensional look of our bags. Those won't be in all airports for many, many years. So it looks like we're going to be stuck with keeping our toiletries in our quart-size bag or a similar size. The first is the 311 rule. If you're not familiar with it, is that you cannot have any liquids larger than 3.4 ounces, and liquids are liquids, gels, pastes that cannot be going through security. So whether you buy specific size bags to fit into your quart size bag, or you have different travel size liquids, any of those count. They just have to be under 3.4 ounces, be in one quart size bag. We can't pack like 5 1 quart size bags. They have to be 1. And if you're asked to take them out of your personal item bag or your carry-on bag, it's easy to have, if you don't want a quart size bag, something like this, nice and clear, fits in the rules. Take it out, put it in the bin, put it through, and you're golden. And number 2 is making all of your travel size essentials packable. And not all sizes are created equal. So what I wanted to use as an example is both of these are within the 3.4 ounces or less limits. But as you can see, one of these, a little wider than the most. So saving the most space is picking up the right travel size pieces to be able to fit inside of your toiletry bag. And the other piece to that is, instead of stacking all of these vertically, I seem to get more space when I stack them all horizontally inside my bag. And then if there's little side things like these containers that I love, they pretty much flatten out, and then you can fill in the gaps and slide them in that way. The other thing I do to save space and to get everything that I need into my essentials bag is I use different sizes, whether it be like travel sizes that I buy specifically for that. These containers that flatten instead of a round bottle, which save me space when I tuck them in straight down where everything else is horizontal. These would be vertical to fit. And I also do disposables, disposable eye drops. So when I'm done, they're gone. One less thing to pack home. My sunscreen, which these are awesome because they are, as you can see, pretty flat and they're easy open. All you do is take it, snap it, and it's good to go. Disposable razors, I always keep those on hand to put in there. And then when you have different size containers that you refill, whether it's putting your eye gel into a smaller round that's going to tuck in the corners, will fall like right down in the bottom there to tuck and fill those corners. Sprays, this one's great. I use it on the plane all the time, so it's worth it to me it fits just nicely down in that little space right there. So the different sizes will also gain you more space inside your toiletry essentials bag. The other way to save space is to decide, one, what's most important? Like, can I use the hotel shampoo, or do I really need to pack my own shampoo? Same with soaps, things like that you like, I have to have this everywhere I go, versus 4 nights in a hotel using their shampoo or their shower gel, not a big deal. You can save a lot of space that way too. What can I buy there versus bringing with me? Say you do have a specific shampoo and conditioner you like to use. Maybe you stop off at the store once you arrive at your destination and pick up travel sizes there to use versus packing them both ways. Another tip is, sometimes if it doesn't bother you, your hotel have on hand toothbrushes, razors, like emergency things that we might forget that you can ask for at the front desk. Don't have to pack them along with you. And when you're done, you dispose of them, be on your way, save a little extra space there. Another way I like to save space is finding things that will be a liquid, but they're not in liquid form, to get me through security. And one of those things are my washcloths. And these washcloths are a solid until you put them under water, and then they expand. So let me show you. I love these. It just looks like a little disc. But when I put it under the water, hold on. Nice and big. Perfect for getting off makeup, using to wipe anything you need on the trip, really, and doesn't count as a liquid. And if you want to get rid of your toothbrush and toothpaste altogether to save space, these disposable toothbrushes can also work in a pinch. I don't really like these to use all vacation long, just because they don't seem to brush as well as like my regular toothbrush, but they work great in a pinch. So say you're going on a 1-day, 2-day quick trip, or on a long haul flight on the airplane, these will save you a ton of space, and again, disposable. So once they're done, they're gone, space opens up in your bag. Another liquid, non-liquid is if you're on a long trip, which we just got back from a 2-week Italy, Croatia trip. And these little sheets are actually laundry detergent sheets. So again, not a liquid, but once you put it in the sink, say like if you're on a cruise ship or something, you put that in the water and you need to wash up a few things real quick, these are great also. And not a liquid, gel or paste. Another way to save space are these little containers. I use these for all of my vitamins so that I don't have to take the whole pill bottle, and they save a ton of space. Not to mention, I also use them for my foot bandages. So instead of taking this, not that it takes up a ton of space, but it does take up some. So when you open it, and then instead of taking those, I just take what I need, and then I put them in here, nice and flat, takes up just a little bit of space. Every little bit of space counts when you're traveling in a carry-on bag, plus your personal item. It doesn't seem like a lot, but after you make these little tweaks, it really starts to add up, and you get that extra pair of shoes in the suitcase, if you're me. Pack whatever you want that's extra, maybe an extra sweater, extra pair of jeans. But the point is getting something extra in your bag. And if I can travel 2 weeks in a carry-on bag and a personal item bag, anybody can. If these first 3 tips have been helpful in any way, I'd love it if you'd hit the like and subscribe so that you get my weekly updates along with my shorts that I post 3 to 4 times a week, so that you can travel well, travel light, and travel in style. just all of my personal experience as that pilot wife lady. Number 4, which sometimes when we get back from our trips, just seems like another tedious thing. All we want to do is grab all that laundry, throw it in the bin, clean out our suitcase, and be done, if we want to unpack right away at all. But when I do, I always go through my travel bag or my travel essentials, the toiletries, and see what I need to refill. So like on this last trip, I ran out of my tanning drops. So I'm going to order those today. My travel perfume, same thing, order those today so that it gets here and I can repack it before the next trip comes up. Because I know if I leave it to pack, say the night before we leave, these I won't have. As well as razors. I pack like disposable razors on our trip. So it's one trip, throw it away, and then I repack with a new one. Anything that I take on a trip, I always go through and look and make sure what I'm low on. Like same with this. I'll probably run back to Target, grab another travel size of my nighttime lotion, have all of those refilled and restocked right after I get back from a trip. I unpack all those and then I repack this so that I never forget something that's important to me when I travel. Everyone has something different. So whatever is your must-have, can't live without when you travel or at home, I make sure that I restock that so it's ready to go before the next trip and I'm not caught off guard. I hope these tips help this week, and I will see you back here again next week. Until then, happy travels. How I repack. Here we go.